Dreaming it, we're doing it for it. Straight, straight, straight to the top. Working hard every day just to leave out that tower.
All right. Welcome back to Long Island at 9 p.m. at the desk, and owner is none other than Jim Savali. Jim, how are you, my friend?
What up, what up, what up?
And we're back. So how was your weekend?
It was good, bro. I still resting up, from the surgery.
Still feeling well?
Oh, yeah. It's, this was a big one. Kicked my butt.
How do you feel? Do you feel better from the other surgeries, or is this new one making you feel a little better?
This is definitely making me walk much better.
All right, very good.
So who could ask for more?
Who could ask for more? Wasn't that a commercial?
I think it was.
The new Monte the Pharaoh theme song is Aqua Cherry, straight to the top. We thank Aqua Cherry for sharing that song
Those
with
guys
us.
rock, bro.
They do rock. They're
rock.
actually playing, I think, and I'll post it on the Monte the Pharaoh website and the Village Connection website. They're playing in Massapequa on Conklin Avenue. They got a big festival going over there. It's like 10 bands, hot dogs, food, sausage and peppers. It's some kind of big festival.
Nice.
So I imagine it's, if I know Conklin area and Farmingdale, they got like a big school area or something like that. I don't know if you ever travel Farmingdale.
Yeah, my dad actually was a teacher there for 35 years, bro.
Really?
At Howard, which I believe is right off Conklin.
What did your father teach?
Math.
Math, huh?
Yeah.
Are you good at math?
Damn right. I'm good.
Damn right, man. What is the most important subject in life? Like, you should never fail social studies, right?
Social studies to me in this day and age is kind of like why. I mean, anything you need to know you can look up in about a half.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's like you should never fail history.
Yeah, and now if you take a math test, you should be allowed to use the instruments that are available to you if you were in the real world. So that means if you need calculator or a special calculator and it's on your phone, boom, I have it available to me in the real world. Why can't I use it here on the test?
I don't disagree one bit. In fact, when I was in school, I used to count with my fingers.
Yep.
And the teachers back in that day would be like, "You can't count with your fingers."
Yes, I can.
And then also, well, what's funny, back then they still had 2020 was on,
Yep.
and they would talk. I think it must have been India, but they were counting. These math geniuses were counting off their fingers. All of a sudden, it was okay to use your fingers, right? It's funny how the world works, man.
Bro, you know what? I don't get those abacuses. You ever seen abacus with the fucking?
No.
They move the balls over?
No, I've seen them, but like, what do they use them for?
It's for math. So it's an old ancient calculator.
Right.
So before calculators and before all of this electronics, they had an abacus. So a ball would represent
Like
100.
Okay.
Another ball would represent tens.
Well, that's not such a bad idea then. I would do the
cool,
same
bro.
thing.
They could do complicated math with those things.
Listen, complications with us all. Listen, I don't know, man. Do you feel like you're getting dumber as you get older?
No.
Really?
I feel I'm getting wiser and I'm getting more knowledge.
Really?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm just trying to share a few things as the show's going on. So anyway, I want to discuss a few upcoming events. We're coming out of this summer break, and Monte the Pharaoh is going to be back in action, interviewing some of the famous stars. On September 21st, we're going to have David Sammartino in this studio.
That's
David
awesome,
Sammartino is the son of the former living legend, Mr. Bruno Sammartino. The important part about this interview is David is doesn't do many interviews. He's not, I don't want to say hiding, but he's not really involved in the wrestling world, but he's coming out, and it should be a very interesting discussion.
From what I hear talk on the street is this is the place to be interviewed.
It is the place to be interviewed, man.
I mean, how many wrestlers have we had up to date, would you say?
Dude, I got to tell you, with our partners, Eric Sims from ESS and Nick Massey from Captain's Corner, and then, a few others, we've had a lot.
Right.
And again, the fans that watch Monte and the Pharaoh, you don't get your usual, like, how was it, to win the Intercontinental title? How'd you feel? I mean, we do that, but that's basically the small part of it. So, I run into people out there like, can you ask a question? How do I feel to put someone in an arm bar. Like, how did it feel back in 1972 when Harley Race put you in the figure 4 leg lock or whatever the fuck it was? You're not going to get that shit here, man. I'm not, again, I respect the career. I love the career of these gentlemen and women. But you know what? I don't want to insult them too, and like try to I mean, what are they supposed to tell you?
Right.
Oh yeah,
it felt tight. It felt tight.
That armbar really hurt. I don't know. I don't. It's again. There is accomplishments, and if you win a world title, I imagine that's got to be a really being top of your field, feeling great about it. And
right.
I might ask that question, but basically you're gonna I'm digging for dirt, baby.
Yep.
I want to know things that I don't know anymore, and we've gotten that out.
And you've been thinking about, things you've been thinking about. And you're like, I want to know the answer to this.
Absolutely,
in person.
Absolutely, and we've gotten gems out of this show.
Oh, I've seen it.
And
I think you've gotten a tear or two from one or two of them.
Yeah, a tear or two, maybe 3.
Yeah,
it's nothing like a good cry, man.
Nothing like a good cry. I see it all the time.
September 22nd. Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan from the WWE will be in-house, along with Bill Alfonso, former referee and manager for the now defunct ECW. Both 2 incredible superstars. Can't wait for those interviews. And then right before Halloween, Jim, we've got Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Hall of Famer Brutus the Barber Beefcake. For maybe the casual wrestling fan, people know Hulk Hogan, obviously, and Randy Macho Man Savage. But Brutus Beefcake's one of those guys.
Are you making fun of me because I mentioned that I remember those 2 wrestlers?
When did you mention that?
We were all fair.
Oh, when we were all fair? Yeah. Yeah, so yeah. No, I'm not making fun of you, but it's like...
Are you taking my words and throwing them in my face?
No, not at all. What I'm trying to say is that people just knew Brutus the Barber Beefcake, right? He just was like an in thing,
Right.
And then coming off of Netflix, season 3 of Glow has come out this week or over the weekend. I power watched it. It did not. What's the best word? It didn't disappoint me at all. It was well worth the power watching that I put into it, and we're gonna have former Glow superstar Hollywood who will be here on November 12th. I know the banner does say November 14th.
Maybe she'll come both days.
That would be pretty cool if she did.
It would.
But I'm really interested in interviewing Hollywood because I could only imagine what it would be for a woman in the 80s trying to make it in a business that's male-dominated.
Right.
It's different than now. And how hard it must have been, to try to make it and the shit she probably had to deal with.
Right.
And then on November 15th, we've got Hillbilly Jim, Hall of Famer, will be sitting at that desk.
Hillbilly Jim.
Hillbilly Jim will be sitting right there.
Hillbilly Jim.
Well, Hillbilly Jim's going to have the opportunity to don the glasses and the hat, with great power comes great responsibility. You put that hat and glasses. Hillbilly Jimmy Farrow will be sitting here in house, and we'll be interviewing none other than WCW superstar Buff Bagwell and ECW, WWE, and WCW superstar Too Cold Scorpio. In fact, any of these prestigious guests will have the opportunity to wear the hat and glasses, and we could have David Sammartino Pharaoh. And look at you,
Jimmy Pharaoh.
Now you're wearing Jimmy Pharaoh. You are now Jimmy Pharaoh, right? Pharaoh. That's right. Hacksaw Jimmy Pharaoh. Bill Alfonso Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Brutus the Beefcake Pharaoh. Hollywood Pharaoh. Hillbilly Jim Pharaoh. Buff Bagwell Pharaoh. We have a bunch of Pharaohs.
I like it.
I think it'll be fun. I want to give a shout out.
Maybe the show should be. Maybe we should change the name of the show a little bit.
To what?
To Monte and the Pharaohs.
Monte and the Pharaohs.
It's just 1 letter difference.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, we could actually just put it there, like in a parentheses, like it's not really part of the name.
Like just like Pharaohs.
Yeah, Pharaohs.
It's not really a bad idea.
Yeah, we might have to think about
that. We'll cover that. I want to give Village Connection a little pop as we're picking up a new show starting in October. It's called Mouse Talk and the Lost Boy. It's starting Sunday. I think it is October 6th. Don't hold me to it. Another show landed by Village Connection Radio. There you go.
Another show landed by our star over here, Mike Monte, is what it really was.
Well, nope, it's the Village Connection banner, man. This is where it is to be. You know, it's funny. I've been in this podcasting broadcast. See, I'm almost insulted when people call this a podcast.
Yeah.
Because it's really not a podcast is a dude or dudes speaking on microphones from their home on some kind of podcasting deal.
Yep.
This is a broadcast. This is a television/radio broadcast,
Pretty
right?
much, yep.
Yeah, so it's, to be honest with you, I never call this a podcast. And the station is not a podcasting station.
No.
All right, the word pod is like an enclosure of a small enclosure.
Yeah.
Would that be the definition?
I don't know. We can go with that.
We can check that. I'm going to go with small enclosure.
It's a small cast.
Small cast.
Like you're casting a small show. It's just a words. It's not video. It's just audio.
Well, what is that? What's that thing
it's
that
the simplest form of streaming something, you know.
Okay. So well, I don't want to get too deep into it, but anyway, you know what? There's a million podcasts, whether it be about comic books, sex, drugs.
Oh my God, there's so many.
Wrestling is there's so many wrestling podcasts out there, and I always try to listen. And by all means, I'm not a professional, never claimed to be a professional. I just happen to be good at everything I do. But that
happens.
That's me. But there's a show out there. I guess it's pretty popular. It's called, I don't have it to memory, but I've listened to it once or twice. It's called the Don, Tony, Kevin Castle Show. Bro.
Is it 4 people on that show?
No, it's
Don,
2 guys,
Tony,
and they
Kevin
do
Castle?
multiple shows, and they have these fill-in guys. But the point of the matter, it's 2 guys talking wrestling, which is perfectly fine.
Yep.
But, again, they constantly take shots at every other podcast. And, like, recently this week, they were talking about, anyone could be popular if you bring a superstar on your show. We built our show around our chemistry of us two, and yada 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 yada. What I say to you before? You're not making unless you're making money, right?
Yep.
I say it all the time. You ain't making money.
You're just playing games.
You're just playing games. And look, it's okay to play games. You want to play games in front of a microphone?
But don't put down the people who are really making a living.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, we're making money here. I don't know about you, but we're making some money here. And again, I don't like to brag like that, but it's like, hey,
why not?
Why not?
I mean, if you were doing it, no one else seems to be doing it. Anyone who wants lessons, they can come here. We'll train them.
Dude, this is why I respect you. You're a businessman, right? It's like you're in this to.
I'm a capitalist.
You're a capitalist. You're in it to make money. There's nothing wrong with that, man.
Like, I don't want people to come here and do shit for free all day.
Yeah, right. Like you have all the time.
Someone asked me, hey, do you do videos? I said, I'm sure I could figure it out. I said, what's your budget? I never heard from them again. What's your budget? That's what I had to say.
Yeah. Right.
What's your budget? If they would have said $25, it would have been like, yeah,
but these are the same people. Like, look, it's okay to do something for art. I get it.
Yeah,
it's great.
I'm over that.
But guess what? most studios are pay to play. You got to bring something to the table.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Art.
And it's like got to bring something to the table. Anyway, you ever watch Chris Lee Knows Best?
I've heard of it, bro. I think I've caught it a couple of times. That's that guy.
So
with his family.
he's like an investor, right? He's from Atlanta, Georgia. It's a great show. I enjoy it. He's got this hot daughter called Savannah, right? Smoking hot, man. Oh my God. And he's like a metrosexual, I guess. And his son's like a metrosexual. Anyway, on TMZ.
What's the definition of a metrosexual? Does that mean that he comes across as gay?
I think it's my opinion of metrosexual is you're probably in the closet and you just float
not that there's
around.
anything wrong with that.
No, not at all.
I'm just curious what your
we were talking on the
was.
side before, like 350 days on the road for a wrestler, right? It's like we want to ask questions. You might might have a lonely night out there.
You gotta slip once, bro. One time.
It could happen.
You wake up in a hairy arm lock and
what
do you do? Are you telling anyone about it? No, you don't tell nobody, bro.
About it. It happens.
I challenge anyone who was on the road for 350 days. I challenge you to prove me wrong.
Wow. You know what, dude? You're right. It's like, hey, look, couple lonely nights, you can't hook up with a babe.
No more lonely nights.
I can't stop it. Don't
Never
make me
be
laugh.
another.
Anyway.
Yeah, let's get serious.
So anyway, Chris Lee just got.
Oh, I know who he is now, bro. Go ahead.
So he just got indicted on fraud.
Okay.
False investments to continue with his lavish lifestyle. Again, this isn't wrestling, but my whole point, this is what I understand is, like, you have a TV show. You got to be making money off this TV show, right? Your whole family's in it. What are you doing with all this? I mean, how lavish of a lifestyle is this dude living right now?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
So TMZ reported that his estranged daughter had put charges against him because supposedly Mr. Chrisley and his son Chase were threatening her against, testifying against them because she has a sex tape, and they threatened to release the sex tape.
Wait a minute. The father and the son.
Mm-hmm.
Let me wrap my head around
Wrap
this.
it around.
Okay. The
wrap it
father
up.
and the son both looked at this sex tape.
I didn't even think about
verify-
Bro, I didn't even think
to
about
verify that it's
Wow.
her.
I didn't even think about
A
that.
father and a brother
Whoa.
are looking at this tape
Whoa.
going, yep, that's her.
Wow.
Yep, that's her.
Oh my God.
Okay. Wow, she looks fine. Man, she looks better than her mother.
How's that armbar doing?
She looks better than her mother. Bro,
Dude, I wasn't even thinking
that's
about that.
that's the first thing that came to my
I was
head.
just thinking about the morals. Like, this is your daughter.
Yeah,
You're gonna
that's crazy
threaten
enough,
your
bro.
daughter. You're gonna threaten your sister. What has gone on with society,
You
bro?
know, I'm sure you heard of the Kardashians.
Of course,
You know why they're famous, right?
big asses and having sex.
Well, yeah, because Kim Kardashian, a sex tape got released.
Smart. Hey, look, smart business move.
So maybe that's what he was thinking. Maybe, hey, we could save this show. Let's get that picture out there.
Of my daughter.
Yep, of my daughter.
So,
That's crazy.
hypothetical. You've got a young daughter.
Yes.
You're older now. You're
If
living a pretty.
if I saw a picture of my daughter naked, I'd probably go blind.
Yeah, sure. Well, that's a whole nother
Imagine
issue.
a sex video.
Oh my God!
Holy cow, bro.
Let's get even. So Village grows into this monopoly, which we think it's going to eventually grow into, right? So you got all this money, and then you have this falling out with your daughter, and for some reason you come across a sex tape of her. Okay, because it's not. Listen, people do things all the time, and we say sex tape. There's no such thing as a sex tape anymore, right?
No.
Everything's done by your phone, but it's like people like to record themselves.
Hey,
Right? This is
something
what they
wrong-
like to
something wrong
do.
with that.
There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, personally, I don't want to see my fat ass naked. I mean, that's enough to make anybody throw up. But in general, people like that, right? So you know that your daughter's got this sex thing. You have this little bit of a falling out. Would there be any chance in a million years, no matter what your relationship is, that you would hold her up for that sex tape?
No. I can't even imagine looking my daughter in the eye, talking about her being in a sex tape.
Hence is the problem with society today. That there are totally, we talk about immigration, we talk about gun control, we talk about all this other crap. Oh my God, we don't even have family morals. And I want to say thank you to Jimmy Jacked Cash, who was on the show last week.
Oh yeah, he was great.
Jimmy
bro.
was no holds barred. You talk about wrestling, that dude was no holds barred, right?
Bro, he made me feel like I wasn't a Trump supporter. I felt like I haven't dedicated enough to this cause.
You have not dedicated
Bro,
enough.
I better. Maybe I should re-enlist. What do you think, bro? We'll both go down together. What do you think?
Bro,
Army, Navy, Air Force,
think
Marines?
I've done my time. It
might be fun.
Bro, that's
We get
that's
out
part
on
of
the
my other
road.
problem too. I was thinking about this game and how people talk about each other and how insulting they are to each other. I don't think I'm insulting anybody out there by what I'm saying, but it's like everybody's got these internet muscles, and it's like, let's take a time machine and go back into 1980. And do you think any of these big mouths would ever like? Social media's done some wonderful things, but it's also given the forum to some fucking crazy motherfuckers, man.
Oh, you mean the keyboard tough guys?
Keyboard tough guy, podcast tough guys, whatever.
Yeah.
It's given like
It's like I can never afford to get on a bus to actually get to you for you to kick my ass. So I'm going to talk shit about you all the way over here
Right.
in Tennessee.
right, and then put my head down when I see you
Yeah.
in person, like, "Grr." And it's like. So you're not into the wrestling world, but this wrestling world, broadcasting, podcasting thing, dude, even the people on social media, when they post about anything, you've got these people pre-set up. They had to have written their script.
Can I read
weeks
an important
before.
message, bro?
Go ahead.
It's from Mr. Miller. Mr. Steve Miller.
Steve Miller in the house,
so Mr.
brother.
Steve Miller said, is this the Monte and Pharaoh show?
It's the Monte and the Jim Pharaoh show.
Yep. So I told him to post that. He said, read that and say he fucking loves the show and he can't wait to get back here.
Well, we love you.
He will be back in a week or so.
We love you too, Miller. It's been a while. I can't wait to get you back in the
People are
saddle.
starting to talk. People are starting to talk, bro. Like
where's
maybe
Miller?
we killed him. Maybe we buried the body.
We got the lime in the back.
Yeah, bro. Like everyone's like, where did Miller go? Where did Miller go? What happened to Miller? Where'd he go?
Miller's unkillable.
No, he is unkillable.
In fact, Stephen Miller is the station manager of Village Connection Radio. He also has a show called The In Crowd with none other than Jennifer Runyon, former actress in Ghostbusters. The In Crowd was another movie. I think Up the Creek.
Oh man, she's been in a ton of movies.
She was in Charles in Charge. I mean, smoking hot, intelligent, beautiful woman. I keyword intelligent because I'm assuming everybody will take the smoking hot and say, there you are being a sexist. And I'm not, because I am not a sexist. So that is that.
That's that.
Wow. Some interesting talk. I got to get in a little bit of wrestling. Bro. What do you think? Can we hit a little wrestling?
Let's do it, man. I was wondering what was going on.
All right, so I got some random thoughts, right? This Monday night, the boss is back. Sasha Banks has returned.
Bam.
Sasha Banks, the WWE just got the juice they needed, right? Sasha left the WWE, had some contract disputes, was unhappy. Vince McMahon Sr.,
wow.
who, if ran for president, I would vote for without even giving it a second thought. Met with.
Can you imagine what his cabinet would be like, bro?
Do you think you think he would hire all the old guys like Hogan?
Hulk Hogan would be like the Secretary of State.
Dude, but like that's insulting, right?
Great,
you're involved
dude.
in wrestling, and then like everybody like makes fun of you. Like you'd put wrestlers in charge of the cabinet.
Great. That'd be great.
You think so?
I think so.
You've seen these wrestlers. You've met them, right? You really want like
Tony Atlas in charge of pushing a button.
How about New Jack? You want that guy in charge of your military? I don't think so.
No one. Trigger.
No thanks. I would have put myself in charge, but I tell you what. Everybody knows, and if you go to the Monte and the Pharaoh YouTube page at www.monteandthepharaoh.com, that's A-N-D, monteandthepharaoh.com. I'm a huge supporter of Vince McMahon Sr. We'll call him Jr., I'm sorry. Vince McMahon Jr. is probably one of the greatest businessmen of all time. As many as these wrestling fans hate him or whatever else.
Yep.
You know, when Vince's time is going to go, all these fans will be missing him.
Oh, yeah.
He changed for all... Listen, man.
Oh, but he made all this money. How dare him?
But, dude, growing up as a wrestling fan, okay, and I don't care what anyone else says, all you wrestling fans that day, if you're my age, when you were a wrestling fan, you were in a closet. Like, you didn't come out and go, I'm a wrestling fan. You see a shirt I'm wearing right now? I would never, ever wear this shirt anywhere with getting ready to be humiliated and laughed at.
Right.
Vince McMahon Jr. made wrestling mainstream. Of course, he had help, Hulk Hogan and everything else. But the reality of it, if any wrestling fans out there who went to the Garden back in the old days and things like that, I'm telling you right now, you were in the closet. You were with your people at the Garden, but when you left the Garden, you were not bragging you were a wrestling fan, okay? Because people laughed at you. Hulk Hogan, Vince McMahon Jr., that's right. And Vince McMahon Jr. changed the game, right? Once Hulk Hogan went to Rocky III and was in Rocky III.
That changed it right there, bro.
It changed everything right there. And Vince McMahon Jr. was smart enough to make this happen. So if all the haters out there...
That was the pivotal move right there.
And he turned it into $1 billion corporation.
Yeah, man.
$1 billion corporation. Show some respect.
Yep.
I mean, come on already. But anyway, Sasha's back, and wrestling for the WWE is about turning perfectly just in time when, you know, they're about to go to Fox and everything else. For our wrestling fans out there, you know, she's got the opportunity to wrestle Candice, right, as NXT star, who's going to definitely be coming up to the WWE. The feuds that going to be able to happen with now the return of Sasha Banks, who is a great heel. We've been saying that she should have turned heel for a long time. She could wrestle Naomi. All right, Naomi's
man.
another great superstar.
They're setting it up big, man.
You set up, dude. Alexa Bliss. Now, Jim, I don't know if you know, but part of the reason,
Bro, I
Sasha,
can't believe that I got this picture of myself with Alexa Bliss.
where is it? I want to see it.
It's up right
coming
now.
up right
it's
now.
coming up. Yeah.
That's not right. If you change that picture, I will fucking kill you. But there's legitimate heat between Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks. They don't get along. And that's the deal. That's one of the reasons she wanted to come back. From what I understand and from what I read, or from the dirt sheets are there, Bailey had to kind of bring them together to get along. I mean, Sasha felt that a little Miss Bliss did not put in the time.
Is this what women's wrestling is like right here? Like these two hugging right here? Sasha and
Bailey. So
that's
Sasha and
what
Bailey,
wrestling's like?
they're known for having one of the greatest matches in recent history. Not just women's matches, greatest matches. And for people like, I want to thank guys that have been on the show since Jimmy's departure, right? We had Joe Rossello on, who's a great guy. We had Larry Mormon on, who's a great guy. Larry actually was at the Barclays Center and said that that match brought him to tears. It was so good. So when people turn around and say they've never seen a 5-star women's match, that is the match, okay? And then again, at the end, you've got the chance of our girl facing off against Becky Lynch. So women's wrestling is about to get hot and off the hook. Jim, another thing is that happened this weekend. It's a tale of two stories. We came out of SummerSlam, and then we had Sasha Banks come out and made her heel turn by attacking Natty. And then we went to the SmackDown show, which SmackDown will be going to Fox, usually called the stepsister of WWE. Buddy Murphy is a cruiserweight, or at least he's under 205 pounds. He's in 205 Live. He's not a heavyweight. But I got to tell you, Jim, when you look at the guy, he looks like a heavyweight. So I don't really know what the deal is there. But Buddy's been pretty much floating around in NXT, which is their minor league division, for quite a while. And then he won their belt for a little bit. But anyway, they brought him up to the main roster. And Roman, basically is like, hey, Buddy, you were there. I want to know who tried to kill me. And Buddy Murphy's like, I'm not telling you. So, like real men, they're not behind a keyboard going, right? They're going to fight in the ring. And they had a match. And for all you guys that say Roman Reigns can't have a 4-star match, this was a 4-star match. Buddy Murphy was incredible. Buddy Murphy has now become a legitimate superstar in the wrestling's biggest organization off that match. You've got to give Roman Reigns credit for the way he performed with Buddy Murphy. Listen, I'm all about storyline, mic work, and then the wrestling's always the end result.
Right.
This was wrestling, and it was fucking awesome, man. I want to quickly go into we were speaking about Sasha Banks. This brings us into what we call Evan Ginsberg rant of the week. Man, I love that. Every time you play that, bro, I love it, right? Evan has a show on every Sunday from 11 to 1 p.m. He's the associate producer of The Wrestler and 350 Days. For any wrestling fan out there, The Wrestler, to me, is probably one of the greatest movies he made. In fact, it was on Stars last night, and I went out to dinner with my wife, but I was contemplating staying home because I wanted to watch it for the 1,000th time because I just can't stop watching it. Evan should be pretty proud of his accomplishments, and I got to tell you, Evan is very entertaining. Like I said on previous shows, Evan likes to post about religion. He likes to post about politics. So I try to keep it to wrestling, right? Because I don't really want to get into the politic thing. My political thoughts, I don't really want to share with anyone, nor do I care. So here's Evan's post. When fanboys refer to a woman wrestler as my girl or do the he put F-K, which means fuck, marry, kill shtick. All right? It's a wee bit creepy. I saw a clip where one ringsider was calling Sasha Banks baby. You got any thoughts on that? You've seen Sasha Banks, yeah?
Yep, I have.
Would you call her baby?
Maybe not to her face. I don't know.
You're seen by 10,000 people. So if you don't want to answer, I understand. You're a happily married man.
I'll
answer that question.
You can answer that.
I'll answer that question. The women's division. The women's division is probably my favorite division in the WWE. The women are incredibly attractive, incredibly beautiful, incredibly talented. They bring something the men don't. And, you know, I don't know. Alexa's my girl. She'll always be my girl to the day I die. So, you know, and a lot of times I agree with Mr. Ginsburg, but in this moment I'm going to say, no, Evan, I can't agree with you here. I think she's my girl, and whether she thinks she's my girl is another thing, right?
Right. But we all respect you. Like, I respect you enough to accept that she's your girl.
Thank you.
Like, I wouldn't try and...
now, if you ask me, would I cheat on
that.
Alexa with Mandy Rose? Yeah, I would. Or if you'd ask me if I'd cheat with Alexa on Sasha Banks, yeah, honestly, I would.
Yeah.
Or Charlotte, or Naomi.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Or probably the entire
They're
roster.
once-in-a-lifetime opportunities.
Well, I don't look at it as opportunity. It's just that, you know, hey, get some. You know what I mean?
Get it while you can.
Just get some, baby. That's all I'm saying about it. I'm going to jump into, because we had some technical difficulties, so we're running against the clock here. I do apologize to the fans, but Village Connection is a show. It happens. SummerSlam was last Sunday. As I expected and as I loved, Charlotte and Trish Stratus blew the roof off the house. I heard people say it was good, it was okay. It was great.
Right.
The entire match was great. Charlotte could wrestle a piece of paper and make it look great. She is probably the best wrestler in the WWE, hands down, period, and probably in all of wrestling, in my opinion. Okay? In my opinion also, I might be committing wrestling heresy right now, but Charlotte has bypassed her father, in my opinion. I think her mic skills are better. I think her wrestling skills are better. I think she just totally blows the roof off the house. And you know what? I would go see her in a main event. I can't say that about many other wrestlers, that's for sure. Let's go over what happened at SummerSlam, a little revisionist history. The W Women's Tag Team Championship, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross defeated the Iconics. So it looks like the Iconics, who I enjoy immensely, and the show enjoys immensely, all the fans who hated them, they will now go into the abyss, and who knows what they'll do with them. And I think it's a shame, because they had something really going well with that. Universal Championship, Seth Rollins defeats Brock Lesnar. Look, on my website, I chose Lesnar to win the match, but I really knew Rollins would win the match. It really just made sense.
Oh, that was a good play that you said the other one, but meant the other one?
Well, I'll tell you why. It was common sense. It's all right. What's going on right now is the WWE is going to Fox. Okay? Lesnar is going to Fox. Okay? They can't shit the bed on ratings at Fox.
Right.
They got to make sure that all hands are on deck, and they're not going to, with all due respect, ladies and gentlemen, Kofi Kingston will not be the champion of SmackDown by the time Fox rolls around. This, I guarantee.
Right.
The Fiend made his debut, Bray Wyatt defeating Finn Balor. The wrestling world is lit. Greatest entrance of all time. Oh my God, the hottest thing in wrestling. It's hot. But ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. I'm going to tell you right now, this Fiend thing can only go so far. And I'm not shitting on it. I love it. I love it right now. I'm crazy about it right now, but it is not going to last.
Right.
Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton, double count out. Randy Orton now in my mind is becoming a big-time player again. He disappeared for a little bit. A lot of people don't like him. I love him. The guy's the real deal. He's a big dude. He could wrestle. He's got good mic skills. Randy's back in the game. Nice. Kevin Owens defeats Shane McMahon. All little wrestling marks out there, or there's smarkies out there. Oh, get rid of Shane. Dude, Shane's going nowhere. Guy's one of the best heels out there, so he can't throw a punch. Who gives a flying fuck? You guys are the same people that go and root for a guy who uses his fucking penis to beat up people. Okay?
Bam!
So, I mean, honestly, it's like, oh, I can't throw a punch, but I'm into the penis gimmick.
Yeah, it's fucking
You know what I mean? Come on
ridiculous,
already. Will you stop? It's because he's a McMahon, McMahon hatership. Too bad. Sorry.
Too bad.
Bayley beats Ember Moon. Good match. Enjoyed it. Goldberg defeats Diggler in like 2 minutes. What did you guys really expect? You know what I mean? It was well worth it to me. I loved it. Did Goldberg, fix the problems that he had in Saudi Arabia? There's really nothing to fix. So what, I don't know what to say. And Becky Lynch beats Natalya finally in the women's submission match, which, again, SummerSlam was great. Listen, here's the deal. If I sit through a 2 or 3 hour pay-per-view and I'm watching wrestling, it's good. Because I'm telling you what, I'm probably watching something else, and I'll catch the recap on the WWE Network. Here's the other thing, too. How about all these people that say they don't have the WWE Network, but they watch every pay-per-view? Again, lies, bullshit. You own a network. You're paying your $9.99. Shut up. Enough already. All right, here's the big news, man. Alicia Fox. It's really not good news. Earlier this year,
That's not a great picture of her.
No, but she's still smoking hot.
Yeah.
I'd cheat on Alexa with her, too. Alicia Fox performing under the influence of alcohol at a live event cost longtime WWE producer Arn Anderson, formerly the Four Horsemen, his job. While Anderson was fired, Fox stuck around through she seems to have retired from the ring competition, being billed as a legend at the Raw reunion. However, Fox's problems turned to a bad way. So according to Casey Michael of the Squared Circle, because I'm not going to say got this information because I'm not on the inside, so I'm not trying to fool anybody, okay? Casey Michael of the Squared Circle Sirens, Fox was sent home from SummerSlam weekend due to a drunk altercation with a fan.
Oof.
While the specifics of the incident are not clear, Fox was said to have either gotten in a fight with a fan or yelled at them, causing someone to have to step in and break up things. At the moment, there is no word of what kind of punishment, or if any, Fox will be facing.
Bro, why does her name sound so familiar to me? There was a wrestler in here talking about her or something.
Do you remember which wrestler?
Oh, he had a weird last name, Zabisco.
Larry Zabisco was in it. That's right,
man.
Oh,
shit, I remember that. Yep.
So Larry had some sort of close relationship with Alicia Fox,
so.
right? He was bragging after the show, right?
Hey, interesting.
Smart man. Go get it. Go get it, Larry.
Get it while you can.
That's why you're the legend. WWE confirmed SmackDown 20th anniversary special for Fox. Top stars to appear as Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan, Sting, Ric Flair, Booker T, Lita, Mick Foley, Kurt Angle, Bill Goldberg, Trish Stratus, Mark Henry, and Jerry Lawler. And The Undertaker's featured in the graphic. So again, Fox is a big deal for the WWE. They're going to bring out all the hoopla and whatever else they can. And again, certainly their champion's not going to be Kofi Kingston. So if anybody thinks it's going to be Kofi Kingston, if he does make it to SmackDown, he'll be losing that belt at SmackDown. Speaking of the ratings, August 19th episode of Raw was up 256,000 viewers, which is a 2.82% increase. SmackDown was a 76,000 increase of a 2.1. It's a good deal. So it means that SummerSlam was received positively. That made people turn into the show. However, for all you little smarkies out there who probably have no money to spend, the stock is at 67.42 per share. So again, I know you other podcasters can't buy yourself a sandwich, so I know you probably tune out at this point. But the stock has been steadily dropping, which is a problem, right? Because when you're talking in billions, it's a lot of money for the WWE, right? So it's like, people like, what's a share or two? A share's a lot, It's when you're dropping, that percentage, it's a big deal.
Yep.
Probably going to close out is our friend Matt Riddle at it again. This fucking guy I don't get. I mean, this is talking about this is the microcosm of the moral societies, right? Matt Riddle has often criticized Bill Goldberg in the past, so much that when Goldberg and the NXT star ran into each other backstage at SummerSlam, the former WCW and WWE World Champion gave Riddle the cold shoulder. During the SummerSlam watch-along, in addition to telling the story on the running into Goldberg early in the day, Riddle talked about how he's taking it upon himself to use Goldberg's signature move to improve on it. What point does, Goldberg is wrestling royalty, okay? Right. And in my opinion and many others. how disrespectful do you think it's at a point where, you know, again, are you trying to make money to have a wrestling match with Bill Goldberg?
Right,
okay.
right.
I just think, I don't know. I just don't get it. And I think this guy's taking it overboard, man. I don't know. I mean, that's just my opinion.
I happen to agree.
Again, I don't want to leave out the non-WWE fans. So AEW continues to lock down big names of independent talent. Today releasing, this is really important, Jim, they've got a guy named Orange Cassidy. Now, Orange Cassidy, you know, his deal is he's the stoner who just sits with his hands in his pockets and does drop kicks with his hands in his pockets. And, you know, so, I mean, this is a big coup. I mean, I'm hearing rumors that they may be signing Team Splendid to the AEW to the AEW roster. So if Team Splendid comes on, I think the WWE may be in trouble. With Orange Cassidy and Team Splendid,
Dude.
it could be huge. Team Splendid,
Stock's going down.
the stock's
Not
going
good,
down.
bro.
They're signing Orange Cassidy and Team Splendid.
It is
I don't
not
know.
good.
I don't know what to say. Anyway, we've got Big T coming in. Sorry to cut the show off a little early. Once on www.monte and thepharaoh.com, or go on to our YouTube page, which, by the way, Jim, is exploding day by day.
I see that, bro.
Again, let's not
You
forget.
passed me by like I was standing still.
Dude, you know, we've only had the YouTube page up maybe a couple of months,
Nice.
and it's starting to explode. And again, let's not forget, for all you wrestling fans, you have the opportunity to meet these guys. You can come down to Village Connection Radio. We've got David Sammartino, son of Bruno Sammartino, September 21st. Hacksaw, Jim Duggan, and Bill Alfonso, September 22nd. Brutus the Barber, Beefcake, October 22nd. Hollywood from Glow here on November 12th. And then on November 15th, Hillbilly Jim, Buff Bagwell, Too Cold Scorpio. It's going to be a incredible 2 months of nothing but seeing your old-time legends who put most of the new guys to shame, in my opinion. Anyway,
Nice.
You're catching Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, and soon to be probably the next up-and-coming broadcast within the world. And maybe there'll be a surprise beyond what I just told you, which I can't reveal right now, may be happening next month, and could be a big deal. Anyway, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Peace out.